Hello, everyone. I'm Kamaljeet, a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. And today I want to talk about visitor record in Canada. But before I go ahead, if you have liked my videos before, please do like and subscribe and share with people whom you know will benefit by listening and receiving the information from these videos. So please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. So what is a visitor record? Visitor record is what people commonly say that I'm a visitor in Canada and I need to extend my stay. I want to apply for an extension. So what you actually are applying for is a document that is called visitor record to extend your stay in Canada. Like any other immigration programs and processes, you are looking for a stay in Canada, and that is a privilege. It is not, I wouldn't call it a right. Definitely you need to qualify, and if you qualify, even then, sometimes an officer may look at your application in a different way. He sees a different angle to it. He may not approve it. So again, this is at the discretion of the officer, what he sees and what he thinks of your application. You can try and do your best. And as an authorized consultant or an authorized counsel on file, we will do our best to do that application as well. But again, it is at the end of the day, like it is for the officer to decide what he feels is right, he will do. You can, if there is an approval, very well and good for you. And if there is a refusal, definitely you can request a reconsideration. I've shared it in my previous videos as well. One can go to the court, like go to the federal court, go for a judicial review, and you can do that if it is really, if you really want to extend your stay and you feel that it has not been granted and there is something wrong with the law, why it was not approved. So again, with visitor record, what happens is definitely you need to have a reason why you want to extend it. You want to explain explicitly. You will need to support your application with documents at all times. I have known my clients thinking that, like they feel, okay, I did my application for visitor visa and now I'm in Canada and I'm requesting to extend my stay. It is the same continuation of that application. No, it is not, number one. Number two, they also feel that it is a very short application. It is, they don't need many documents because he is already in Canada. So what is it that he's just asking to extend his stay? No, but then there are, depends for how long you are going to stay. Your initial stay in Canada is for 6 months when if the officer has not given you a date. If he writes a date on entry at the airport or at the port of entry, that is the date, you need to leave by then. But if that has not happened, then you have about 6 months to stay. Maximum you can stay is about 6 months, and then you have to leave. So I want to repeat again, what is a visitor record? Visitor record is a document that will allow you to stay in Canada longer as a visitor, as a worker who is authorized to work, without a work permit in Canada. A student authorized to study without a study permit in Canada. And it will have a new expiry date because that is the date you must leave by. Expiry date is the date that you must leave Canada by that date. And you have to apply for a visitor record before your current status as a visitor in Canada expires. So you will need to understand another thing. A visitor record is a document that will allow you to stay in Canada longer. That is, you're already in Canada, but it will not guarantee that you can leave and re-enter Canada. If you have applied for a visitor record and then you leave Canada and say that I'm going to enter Canada again, I have applied for the visitor record, it doesn't allow you to return to Canada. It is for your extended stay in Canada. So if you plan to travel outside Canada or the United States, you need a valid entry document, such as a visitor visa or an ETA to return to Canada. And now what happens with this application, like the intention behind the stay, if you're for whatever purpose you're in Canada, there is an intention, like one was like the three initial intentions we just spoke about, as a visitor, general visitor, then there is a worker, then there is a student, who both worker and the student are authorized to do that without a study permit. I mean, it is a particular work, that can be done without a work permit. There is a particular program that you have taken up, and that doesn't need a study permit. Whereas technically, for all work permits, for all jobs that you need to do in Canada as a foreigner, or you want to study in Canada, you need a work permit or a study permit. So now what about the intention? Sometimes people have to extend their stay because a family member fell sick, and they want to extend, they need to take care of their family, and you will have to explain that in your letter. And letter to IRCC, you are submitting, a document along with it, something that will prove that your family member is not well. Or there is any other reason, please provide the supporting documentation. And sometimes it is also true that the person has applied for something that is called sponsorship, a spousal or a common law sponsorship within Canada. And initially, when you are just applying or you're about to apply, and or you have just applied and you have, that your tenure in Canada to stay as a visitor or a temporary stay is getting to be over, you need to apply for a visitor record at that time, before the expiry of that document. So explain in that, and if you have already applied for common law or a spousal application, you can also submit a proof of that. That is one thing that, and the intention here is to stay permanently in Canada because it is a spousal or a common law sponsorship application. And there could be other purposes as well. Sometimes people have a work permit application in the process, like they know that they have an employer who is going to apply for to help them with a work permit. So all these are the situations where you have an intention to extend your stay in Canada, and definitely explain all this in your explanation letter or your submission letter to the IRCC officer when you are doing a visitor record in Canada. So, but if you need any professional help, you want to consult, please do get back at the email that I provided below the video. And I'm happy to support you with your applications, anything to do with immigration to Canada. We look forward to hearing back from you. Thank you.